Hi, welcome back and welcome to another reading. This will be your general reading for October. For those of you who have a Libra sun, moon, or rising. And if you don't identify as a Libra and it's the title or the thumbnail that drew you to this read, I encourage you to stick around. There may be something here for you. Did you miss me? I'm sorry that you didn't get a reading in September. Hopefully you were able to find something meaningful and helpful in the videos that were already available to you. Oftentimes when we're looking for guidance and we're looking for insight, it can be found by examining our history, examining things that have transpired in an effort to chart a course forward. This will be a general read, and I've said this before, if what we talk about in this reading doesn't really make sense, doesn't seem to be relevant, maybe check out one of the most recent Libra readings that I did and revisit this one in about a month or two. Thank you to those of you who have donated. I'm humbled and greatly appreciative of all of the kind words you said, and thank you. Let's talk about you, and let's talk about October. Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's high time that you begin to receive, that you begin to get back a lot of what you've been putting out there. I think that many of you, if you aren't taking the time to reward yourself, if you aren't taking the time to pour into yourself, you absolutely should. You've been working very hard, and the way things are set up right now, it's like they're aligned for you to take a step back, to take a breather, and to give yourself that space, give yourself that time to recoup, give yourself that time to recover. You're encouraged. You're being encouraged by some people around you. There is this outpour of emotion and support. And I think that you should embrace it. Especially those of you who have been working, you don't want to run yourself ragged and not take that breather, right? You have to rest. Rest is just as important. If you're someone who is exercising, and anyone who exercises regularly will tell you that the days you work out or the days you rest are just as important as the days you work out. It's just as crucial to your growth. It's just as crucial to your development. And I think in being receptive to rest, you're recharging your battery, and you'll be able to handle more and do more afterwards. I'm gonna plug the camera in. I don't want it to die. I'll be right back. That's a bit uncanny. Speaking of recharging, hold on. I definitely thought I had enough battery life to do this, but I just saw the warning. So, yeah, don't let yourself get to the point of exhaustion. Don't run yourself ragged. And also, I just want to say here that if you could be doing more, I know how this is going to sound, like if you know that you could be, I don't want to say this in a way that doesn't sound just brutal. If you know that you're not doing the work, if you know that you're just coasting, maybe now isn't the best time to take a vacation or to go on vacation or to reward yourself. If there's more that you need to do, right? Make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. Make sure that you're prioritizing so that when you do take that rest, when you do take that vacation, you can do so guilt-free. Your conscience is clear. You've taken care of all of the things that need to be taken care of. You've put all of the fires out and you've gotten your affairs in order. You want to be able to enjoy that break and not have to worry about the pieces that you're going to have to pick up and put back together to make yourself whole once again. I know the lighting is not the best here. I hope that you can see that just fine. Okay. All right, let's talk about what's here. I think this is plenty. So we spoke about recoup. We're just going to start in the top left here. We spoke about recouping. We spoke about recharging. And it's important that you are receptive to that you feel okay with taking that break, that you feel as though you're worthy and deserving of rest, especially if you're someone who has been pedal to the metal. You haven't, stopped. You're taking on all of the responsibility. You're balancing a lot of plates. This is something that is absolutely recognized. So much so that I do think that you're being encouraged by the people around you that are seeing this to take that time. You are someone who is valued. And I'm also hearing fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, there's another set of you out there who know that maybe there's more that you can be doing. And, it's not my intention to, this is a reading, but I don't want to read you or put you on blast, but I'm going to keep it real with you. Try not to seek out or surround yourself with people who are going to, fan the flames and make your head big and, gas you up. When you know that, when you know deep down that you could be pushing a little bit more, when you know deep down that in order to get your shit together, in order to get things straight, it requires more from you. There are some things you need to switch around, some things you need to change, and it's taking a break or resting is going to be tempting, and it's nice to hear. Especially if you're dealing with or around people who want to do that and they want to include you, it might seem like a good idea, but now is not the time to forsake your responsibilities. Now is not the time to not, pay attention to your priorities. So there's two sets of you out there, and I just want to speak to both of those and give them equal attention. It is absolutely okay to want rest and to accept that reward, but I really want you to not feel bad about it, and I don't want you to regret it. That's why I'm talking about it like this. Okay? Some of you may be, traveling, going abroad. That's also what that world card is about. And allow yourself to not worry. And this is where, that guilt comes in. And oftentimes, especially if you're someone who is hyper vigilant, or who is so used to doing things for other people, who is so willing to serve people, to give people, because it is a part of your nature, right? To want to be that way, to feel a little bit of guilt when you do something nice for yourself and you reward yourself. But there isn't anything wrong with that. You absolutely shouldn't feel guilty about that. And I think that once you let go of those doubts, those fears, those worries that you have concerning accepting this good, accepting this reward, accepting this honor that's being bestowed upon you for some of you, it's like you'll emerge on the other end of it as a more renewed and able and self-aware version of yourself. You'll have more to offer to the world. You'll be able to pay it forward. I think that there's someone who you've been waiting for to, what's the word I'm looking for? Launch, to ascend, to excel, to be all they can be. And I do see that step is being taken. I do see that transition happening here, absolutely. So you'll be able to rest easy in that regard and just know that growth and development is happening. The world isn't going to burn down if you stop watching it for a few days or for a short time. You've set something self-sustaining in motion. You've set something that can keep going, something that can stand on its own in motion. And it's because of what you've invested in it. It's because of that work that you've done. And the converse is true also. If if you haven't done the work, right? And I'm speaking to the other set of you, then those fears and doubts that you have, they aren't unfounded. I'm not going to lie to you, right? If you know that you're shirking your responsibility somewhere, if you know that there's more that needs to be done, then it is going to lead to a delay in that development of the thing that we're talking about. There is this widespread shift or pulse that's happening where it's almost like there's a culling, and it has to do with all of the things that are not true, all the things that are foul, all of the lies. It's been, if you're an aware person, even if you're not following the news, even if you're not in the mix, and you can just pick up and tell, you can tell by the energy, you can tell by you're aware of your surroundings, right? If you're not living under a rock, you know that there is a culling right now where there are more people in the world that want to do the right thing than ever before. And I do think it's leading to a lot of secrets being revealed. It is leading to a lot of unjust treatment being revealed. And if it's not being outrightly called out or exposed, there is something that is so, blatantly obvious about it that it needs no explanation. These are all things that need to come out, that need to be revealed. It wants to correct itself. And it's happening on a very wide scale. And I think that it's manifesting in all of our lives in different ways is the best way that I could describe it. And, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then no disrespect to either you I'm hearing if you ever seen Sister Act 2 when Whoopi meets those badass kids for the first time, Whoopi Goldberg, and she discovers that they can sing, and they're like, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. If you don't see this shift happening, you need to wake up and pay attention, or you are someone that is not a part of the solution or not a part of that movement, and you're a part of the issue, if not on purpose because of your silence or because of your obliviousness. It's like you're not helping the situation, but you're not necessarily making it worse either. But it pays to be aware. It pays to be on the good side of history. It pays to be on the good side of justice. It pays to want to do the right thing time and again. I'm thinking, is there anything else I want to say to you? No, I don't think it gets much clearer than that. Again, thank you to those who have donated. When I read those messages that came through to me, to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing the videos or if I wanted to just do the podcast thing, because they don't typically get a lot of reach, and I don't want to just I'm not trying to cry and complain right now, but it's nice to know that the messages aren't just going off into the ethers and not being received. And with the comments being disabled, that isn't because I don't want to, hear from you. It's just I don't want to let myself get all caught up in the comments, good or bad, that are being said, and then I don't want to overthink it. And so many people have been so kind, and I really want to preserve our energy and preserve our space. And I can review comments before they come through and then approve them that way. But I would just rather, whoever this is meant to help, which is my intention, whoever it is that finds this useful, I hope that you take this message and you go in peace and you pay it forward and you think about it, and what would make me happy is not so much the comment, but is just knowing that your life is being some way improved or made better by what we talk about here. And those messages that were sent to me through PayPal just really touched me and resonated with me, and I really love you guys, and I mean what I'm talking about. So till next time.